Hey guys, so I'm going to talk a little bit about what I have, in my experience, found to be the top 5 things that can stop your house from selling. Okay, so the first one is price tag, and you should have gotten a market analysis from a realtor before you listed your house. Now, the biggest mistake that I've found is that sellers, even if you have a very hot market, if you try to list your house for $20,000 over what your realtor is saying that you should list it for, you might run into some pause while you're waiting on the market, because no matter how much marketing they do, no matter how amazing your house looks, you might get people there, but the issue is, are there homes that are bigger selling for less? Are there homes that are more updated selling for less? So take into consideration the professional advice you're getting, which is general advice. I will definitely go more into market analysis on a different video, but the price tag is a huge thing because people search by what they're qualified for. So if you're going over what they're qualified for, but this is the kind of house that they need, you're gonna miss a lot of your target market. Second thing that I run into is bad odor. I've had homes priced a little under value, gorgeous, updated, but there is an odor in the house. And typically, at least what I've run into is pet odor. So most homeowners, especially if you're living in the house, you don't really notice your pet's odor. So it might be a good experiment to have before you put your house on the market, to have a friend come over and really just ask them to be honest and say, hey, can you smell the cats? Can you smell the dog? Like, what room is the worst? And when someone walks into your house, even if they have pets, like I'm a dog lover, so I have multiple dogs, but if I walk into someone's house, it almost smells like maybe they're not cleaning as much, or there's an issue, like the dog's peeing on the carpet. So it's just something to take into consideration. Definitely address any odors that you have in your house right now. So the third thing is no natural lighting. When you walk into a house, and especially, for example, if there are no overhead lights, some older houses don't have those fixtures. So you might want to be able to open up the curtains or put a lamp if there is no natural lighting, because a dark house is not going to sell. There's a feeling of happiness that a buyer wants to have when they walk through their prospective home. So take that into consideration when, if you're going to have showings. That's why a lot of realtors tell people to turn on all their lights, open the blinds, just make it as inviting as possible. And the easiest way to do that is just with making it pretty light in there. The fourth thing is going to be an outdated home. So there are many styles that have not transcended time, and although, for example, wallpaper is coming back a little bit, it's coming back a little bit. So the peeling bird wallpaper that's, throughout the living room may not attract many buyers. Something as simple as just changing a few of the gold light fixtures might attract more buyers because it's just one less project. When you have a kitchen with pink tile flooring, it's just going to look like another project, and not many home buyers, especially if it's their first home, are ready to really tackle a project of updating very significantly. So of course, don't go overboard updating, and the best way to figure out what you really should be updating is by talking to a professional that can come through your house and really point out the major things that need to be updated at that time. And the fifth one, which is probably like a lot higher on this list, but it's here. So clutter. If you have all of your belongings all over, and I'm not even just saying like children's toys, like if you have your own documents, your bills scattered across the counter, and they can't really picture themselves in the space, then they're not going to be able to really justify paying for that space that they can't see themselves in. So try to clean as much as you can. You're going to obviously be moving anyway, so it might be time to purge a lot. I think a lot of us need to purge. Oh, I just gave myself another project. But we all need to do it. So it's not just people whose homes aren't selling right now. Okay, thank you for listening to my top 5 things that, in my experience, have made homes not sell as quickly as I had anticipated. If you have any questions, you can feel free to comment or message me. Just let me know. I'd be happy to answer any questions about why your house might not be selling.